I'm surrounded by the giddying iconography of horse racing success. The bronzes, the oil paintings, the snuff boxes made from the hooves of great champions. I'm in the Jockey Club rooms in Newmarket, for centuries racing's HQ. A one-horse town with over 3,000 horses in it. This very spot is where English gentlemen of the 17th and 18th centuries came to celebrate the fastest horses in the land. All around me are history's heroes. This is Jim Cragg, one of the greats of the 18th century. Painted by George Stubbs, arguably the greatest equine artist of all time. And this is Stubbs's portrait of Eclipse. Quite simply, unbeaten and unbeatable. Until Frankel came along, that right there was the most valuable horse in Newmarket. The painting, I mean, not the actual chestnut. All these mementos, forged long after the event, in the warm afterglow of glory fondly remembered. Which brings us to the Wathnan Racing season 2024. But stop right there. Victory in horse racing isn't as easy as all that. After all, Wathnan has tasted defeat. Tasted it? It's filled its plate with close-run things, gorged itself on near misses.
Evade on the near side of Native American.
Second, oh!
Tight, it's tight!
Look at that!
Now coming Electrolyte, the near side, close call here, very close.
Second and third.
It's a photo for second, Haunted Dream, in company with Teresa.
Second.
And away she goes from Violet Angels.
An honourable second. Second in the Emir Sword. Second and third in America on an ugly night in the rain.
Tumbarumba fights on for second.
This is Wathnan again out in front. Ah, of the chasing pack.
Space legend.
And they're off, away.
This is a good one. The fastest ever running of the famous Molecomb Stakes at the Qatar-sponsored Goodwood Festival. There's the Wathnan horse, Asterius. The line we've put in shows where the previous all-time record-breaking winner of this 195-year-old race would have been. Asterius beat it, but finishes second, of course. But winning wouldn't be so much fun if you didn't have to work at it. Come on, let's go back in the war. Royal Ascot in June. Lovely. Back where the Wathnan story more or less began a year before. It's day 2, and the fillies are parading before the Queen Mary Stakes.
Go, off for the Queen Mary.
First run in 1921, and named for the consort of George V. I'd better get on with it. Watch out on the far side, red cap.
Leovanni and Words Claire and also Flicker's Girl.
Leovanni on the far side, but at the right, Leovanni is the decisive winner of the Queen Mary.
Yes, that's much more like it. The blue touch paper lit, the peacock blue touch paper. Wathnan season ignited. Whoosh! Leovanni is trained in the north of England by Karl Burke, and Wathnan's team is scattered to the winds across Britain and France and America and, of course, Qatar itself. When they've been high on the moors, we've had a bird's eye view. Out before sunrise, driving up sides at racing pace, riding right beside them as they turn on the afterburners. Quiet moments too. Petting them.
Don't stick your tongue out. There you are.
Welcomed into the horses' homes. Or maybe not. The day after the Queen Mary, the Norfolk Stakes, 2-year-old colts this time. Now it had been quite a struggle even to get Shareholder to the big day.
Shareholder ran very green at Beverley despite being a breeze-up horse. A little bit slow out of the stalls.
And they're off, and Shareholder broke very slowly.
He actually jumped shadow of the line, but bizarrely it probably helped us because as he jumped, he took off just before the line and his head was coming down on the line, and it probably was the photograph, to be fair. That was probably a little bit fortunate, but that just shows he wasn't at full speed because he could see the cut of the grass at the line. He'd had a pretty hectic schedule leading into Ascot with being prepped for the breeze, and then it was all a little bit rushed.
Last time moving in. And they're off from racing. And Bobby Furlong's in front shoulder. Bring up to the line. It's Shareholder to win the Norfolk.
Next came 2 more Royal Ascot wins for Wathnan. Wow, that's English Oak in a big handicap.
English Oak will win the Buckingham Haatem.
Next in the Jersey Stakes on the final day.
Haatem has kicked into the lead.
Haatem just!
As they hit the line.
That makes 4.
Leovanni is a decisive winner.
You look at the generations of bloodstock that the Coolmore enterprise, the huge Irish enterprise have nurtured to get where they got today. To cold start using a combination of, yes, money, but mainly a bit of nous, some
Can you
smarts,
call it beginner's luck? I don't think so.
and a whole backroom team analysing times and split times and stride lengths and physique in horses and soundness and vet reports. It's more than just going, there you are, here's my checkbook.
It's good for the sport, though, to have more big owners to compete against each other. We talk a lot about Godolphin, we talk a lot about Coolmore, so maybe there's a third.
Wathnan had doubled its haul from the meeting from 2023. Not quite leading owner. That prize went, as it does so often, to the Coolmore team. But Wathnan Racing was, that place again, second. And very proud to be. The season sweeps on. Here's our summertime album. From the festivals at Newmarket, Goodwood, and York. August in Deauville, France. And as the September days shorten, on to Doncaster. Big wins, fun days, honest endeavour, an awful lot of horse love. The many people who make Wathnan Racing the joy it is, these are their horses too. Here's Asterius in the Group 2 Flying Childers, avenging that defeat in the Molecomb. All the time this was happening, a parallel Wathnan narrative was beginning to unfold. This is the story of Hamad Al-Jehani, Qatari trainer in his first season in Newmarket with a small string. Now, Hamad, I want this fast and punchy. How was your first season?
My Newmarket season.
Come on, Hamad. Think Instagram Reels, think TikTok.
Yeah, okay. My Newmarket season in 60 seconds.
Ready and off.
And 10 wins.
Make Me King leading by a couple of lengths.
Number 1, Make Me King in Newcastle.
And wins readily, Make Me King.
And my first European group race in Deauville.
Et c'est Make Me King qui devient roi ici et triomphe devant les murs.
Haunted Dream in Qatar Goodwood Festival.
Haunted Dream from Cairo, My Prospero. It's Haunted Dream to win it.
Fine Interview.
Fine Interview will win.
Once.
Fine Interview won well.
Twice.
An emphatic winner for Wathnan Racing.
3 times.
I think you're going to need more than a minute.
And they're off.
Defence Minister in a Newmarket.
And now picking up Defence Minister. Defence Minister.
My first win at home of racing.
Defence Minister is going to win on debut. Defence Minister wins.
And winning again in Haydock.
Defence Minister makes it 2 out of 2.
Diego Ventura, first Ascot win for the team.
Diego Ventura coming to just get.
And Solar Acclaim at Goodwood with Farah Bournet.
And it's going to be a winner for Wathnan, Solar Acclaim, and a big moment for Farah Bournet in the saddle.
And I'm hungry for more success next season.
Thank you, Hamad.
One more.
I think I'm going to work in NBC2 next season.
Autumn took Wathnan on an American safari.
And they're off.
Here's another Wathnan grey, Hit Show, who won a quick, hard-fought hat-trick of graded stakes at Mountaineer Park, Churchill Downs and Keeneland. The most valuable of them in the Grade 2 Lucas Classic. came on an especially enjoyable Wathnan afternoon.
But hit show determined.
I was on duty a couple of thousand miles further west for the Grade 1 California Crown, a brand new $1 million race on the Santa Anita Dirt.
And this guy right here, Subsanador, running in the inaugural edition of the California Crown. It is the single biggest race day in the United States thus far for Wathnan Racing.
In the gate, and they're off.
And this is what happened next.
Subsanador in between horses. Here's the line. Subsanador and Mike Smith to win the California Crown Stakes.
It was a truly thrilling three-way finish, and Subsanador prevailed for Wathnan Racing.
So, 15 months or so after Courage Mon Ami's Group 1 win in the Gold Cup, at last, a second thoroughbred Grade 1 triumph. And not for want of trying. That's how hard it is to succeed at the elite level of this sport. That's why bronzes get cast and artists get out their brushes. Is there time for one last hurrah? Well, I hope so. We've got Arc Weekend and the Breeders' Cup, British Champions Day still to go. Wathnan had runners at them all. No luck in the Bois de Boulogne, lovely though the racing was. Likewise at Del Mar, Subsanador on the sidelines and unable to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. And our other contenders finding a few others too good on the day. So, the big finale at Ascot. Yes, we know, Wathnan loves Ascot. The weak October sunlight, the leaves, the horses. Championship racing for every division. Wathnan was in the sprint, the British Champions Sprint. One roll of the dice, one chance, one opportunity. Okay, two.
Sprinters set to go, they're off. Kinross getting cover towards the right, just behind Kind of Blue with Vafortino and Vadream. Further back in the field, Shartash, as they race on towards the final furlong, and it's Kind of Blue on the near side of Swing Along. Kind of Blue the leader, Bovate trying to come between him and Swing Along, and on the near side Flora of Bermuda, and up to the line Kind of Blue from Swing Along. Kind of Blue!
I need some help to conjure up the full excitement and import of that afternoon. James Doyle, here to save me, Wathnan's stable jockey. James, it was a wonderful way to set the seal on the British season for Wathnan. You'd never sat on the horse before. What were your first impressions?
Yeah, I hadn't sat on him in a race before, but I'd ridden him a couple of times at home in his work, and his previous jockey, Daniel Muscat, was very informative and told me lots, which is always a big help. But yeah, first time riding him on the track, but he's a pretty easy ride. Like you saw the way he won. He's pretty smooth character to deal with.
So it's very soft ground, 6 furlongs at Ascot. Just for those who aren't familiar, just describe how that might differ from any other 6 furlong track in the world.
Well, it's very stiff, as we know, Nick. The uphill finish, you really do need to stay, especially that time of year. The ground at the Champions Day meetings always predominantly very soft, and yeah, you need a horse that really can get through the line, and he certainly did that.
And for a young, inexperienced horse who's only begun his career in 2024, how impressed were you with his constitution, with his mental approach?
Yeah, I mean, amazing that he was unraced until the start of the season. It's incredible, really, the giant strides he took. But yeah, he's such a smooth character to deal with. He was absolutely faultless, which yeah, it's quite exciting going forward. If he can improve it and keep improving it, he could be a very special horse.
And did you have an idea in your own mind who you wanted to take you into the race?
Well, it was where we were drawn sort of towards this side a little bit, and towards the stand side, and it was just all about pace. You know what it's like in those sprint races. You just want to be where the bulk of the speed is, and we were lucky where we were that I didn't have to do any work early on. We just popped out, we got cover immediately, and we had the main bulk of the speed with us, and I just pulled him out with a furlong and a half to go, and it was pretty easy.
Kind of Blue, who's coming there very strongly into the race, just puts his head in front. He was committed,
and hopefully the sprint division's looking for that horse to make that next step and be dominant in this category, and I feel that he's got all the right credentials to do that.
And it's Kind of Blue who's gamely sticking on here in the champion sprint, and Kind of Blue toughs it out to win.
Group 1 winners are what we all work at this game for, so to get one, especially on Champions Day, I think it was just the icing on the cake for a great season.
So this time next year, could we be talking about a European champion sprinter kind of blue?
I think it could be possible, yeah, I hope so.
Well, don't take it from me. Take it from the man who knows best, the man who rides kind of blue, James Doyle. What a win, what a finish, but of course it isn't finished. No sooner has Europe and America brought the curtain down on their seasons than in Qatar and right across the Middle East, the show is very much just beginning. A Qatar National Day four-timer for the boys in peacock blue.
His Highness the President Cup for the thoroughbreds, we are underway.
Then the very next day in Abu Dhabi, Hamad's Make Me King wins the big one.
Make me king! Another one for Wathnan! Make me king a half!
Bringing back memories of the famous February win in Riyadh.
It was a fantastic result for Wathnan.
Then in the dying embers of the year, a hat-trick on Qatar Oaks Day. What about this purebred Arabian filly, RB Mary Lila? Wayward, but so talented. And then Derby Day. Since the original version was first run in 1780, derbies have sprung up wherever they revere racehorses. Qatar loves its horse racing so much it has 4 of them, all on the same day. Off they go, and the Wathnan winners start rolling in, all trained by Alban de Mieulle. Alban and Wathnan went on to have 5 winners on Derby Day, including Supercooled in the $500,000 Qatar Derby itself.
And Supercooled goes on and wins the Qatar Derby.
He's a fantastic horse. He runs like rockets. When you have a very good champion in the stable, you make everybody happy.
Happy indeed. Riding off into the sunset of 2024. And so the world spins round to 2025. New dreams, new plans. Amid the hubbub we know is coming, the clamour and the glamour, there'll be those moments when we get the chance to weigh the year that has just passed in our hands, remember and reflect. We just won't be making any snuff boxes out of their hooves. Poor old Eclipse. Did you know there were 5 of these? No wonder he was fast.